This is a black-eyed Susan or a Missouri coneflower. I'm not sure which one, but it's a Redbeckia Hirta, or it might be the Missouri ensis. I can't even say that variety. So Redbeckia is named by a legendary botanist in 1753 after his mentor Olaf Redbeckia. And Hirta means hairy or rough and hairy. And it's from the Asteraceae family, which is your daisies and your sunflowers. So I had my first digital camera in 2001, and I looked back all the way to the 2001, and I found this flower right here in my yard back then, and this is 2023. And I've spread it all over the yard, and I've also cut it back all over the yard. They are prolific spreaders and often have been called invaders. I still like them. They're so bright and cheery, and you can see them from the street, and I can maintain them fairly easy. So in the early spring, when the leaves first start coming up out of the flower beds, and the leaves, they look like this. They're that shape. Look how huge that gets. But they're much smaller, like this, when they first start coming out of the ground. And I just literally dig them up and throw them away. I could try to find some people who want them, but you know, that's a lot of work. So I just always dig up, and like I had a hosta here, but I don't want them to go this way. And so next spring I'll just kind of dig up anything extra that's coming up, and that keeps them from going where I don't want them to go. I have some photos I'll put on the website page. Through the years, I had them in the flower bed in the backyard, and they're still there, but I let them go, and at one year they were just gorgeous, beautiful, and the next year they were too much. They were over the top. There were so many blooms that it wasn't pretty anymore. So there's some sort of threshold or a line that you cross where there are too many of these and they no longer look good. So I'm looking for the hairy part, and I think I can see the little hairs on the stem. Let's see if I can get that to focus. You can see that there are hairs on the stems, and I think other parts are supposed to be hairy as well. When I reach in here and I touch it, it's kind of rough, which the word Hirta also meant rough. This is what it looks like when it's starting to get ready to come out to bloom. And it just blooms for a very long time, and it makes great cut flowers. And just like a lot of the daisy family flowers, if you cut them, they encourage new flowers. I'm focusing on the leaves. I go to the conservation and get the native Missouri plants often, and that's what makes me wonder if I didn't get a native variety many years ago. So I was trying to determine, I'm reading online, and the Missouri coneflower is said to have skinny leaves. It says usually less than a ½ inch across. My leaves look skinny, but that one is not a ½ inch across. It's more like, well, I don't know if it reaches an inch or not. I need to measure. You see some of the new leaves, that might only be a ½ inch. Let's find some more. I really don't know which variety this is. I don't have the tag because I've had it so long. So there you go. What do you think? That's about a ½ inch. Yeah, so they have apps for everything. And I have one called a ruler on my phone. And so I've got it stuck between the 2 and the 4. So it's about 2 inches, this leaf. And I just measured this one too, and it's also about 2 inches. So I may just have the Redbeckia, I think it's pronounced Hirta, and not the Missouri variety. I can see a small one peeking out over there. It escaped. You can see I've got some more in the back of this bed. I do like them in the back of the bed. When they're done, I'll just cut the foliage all the way back down when they're done blooming. Now, this bed, you're going to see some photos of it where the entire bed is just, both of these entire beds are just covered in them. And now I know that they are in the backs of the bed, and I know to watch for them and to keep all new growth close to the wall. And they work out really well that way.